Hello, everyone, and what I would usually now say is welcome back to Minecraft Survival with the insert episode number installment, but unfortunately this is kind of a different episode. The good news is that this is a world tour episode, my first ever world tour of Anewland. The world I've been playing in for the past 5 years, and which has also been logged as a series on StuartisUnoriginal since its origin, since its beginning, 5 years ago now, in 2020 during the sort of lockdown period. I have a lot to talk about, and if you would like to skip my blabbling on about why I'm going to be saying goodbye to this world for an indefinite amount of time. If you would like to skip that and just get to the beauty of the world itself, you can take a look at the chapters of the video, skip to this timestamp, whatever you'd like, just to get straight to the world tour. Because it really is a magnificent world, and I wouldn't want the lowering of retention rate to affect anyone who wants to see it seeing it. So you can go right to that timestamp using the chapters or the number itself to see this beautiful world in all its glory, every nook and cranny of it, as I excitedly explore it. But you might miss a bit of the undertones of why I'm exploring it now for the first time as a world tour if you don't watch this first part. Just out of the interest of what I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to reveal myself to be the authentic, pure gingerbread man skin, because I do have some fairly important things to say. I'm probably not going to look like I'm anywhere near on top of this log because I'm in a ditch, but let me have some creative license here. I can't feel like I can enjoy this world anymore due to the pressure of needing to finish a build in time for the annual change of banner. And if you didn't know about that, every year the banner changes to the most recent big build I did in this world, and then I do a nice shaders shot of it, and I change the background of the banner, make it the title of the thumbnail of the annual Best of StuartisUnoriginal, call it a day. That was a nice tradition when I was playing in this world often, spending so much of my time in it, especially in 2020, 2021, sort of the post-COVID era of playing Minecraft. But I think that this system is a lot of pressure now. For like each year I feel like I need to exceed the expectations of the previous year, and in my head I've told myself like it's fine, you can just do a sort of lackluster build, make it the background, it's not that big a deal. But regardless of that, even if I changed this and said, you know what, you can make the thumbnail whatever, forget about the tradition, I don't think that would help, because this pressure for the annual change of channel banner seems to be, or at least it's felt like it's kind of the only reason I play on this world these days, instead of really wanting to. And that's partly because I don't really have time for games outside of making content for YouTube these days because of the intensity of university and other life stuff, but also because I've been playing on this world for a very long time. And I feel like it's very spread out and maybe not as knitted together as I would have liked it to be. And, not that I would have done things differently if I could have a second shot at this world specifically, but just that feeling that the 100 days worlds I've been doing are a lot more enjoyable for me, because they're sort of like, I've got this solid time frame to dedicate a ton of hours into this one world. Put together a really cool build or a really cool world and try my best to make something coherent before a world tour at the end of that video. And that tradition has been really enjoyable for me, and coincidentally people have also been really enjoying watching it. And the more I do those kinds of videos, the less I feel the compulsion and enjoyment to do these kinds of videos. And I was thinking, I could switch to a 100 days format or something similar, you know, in the way I enjoy doing that, like give me a reason to pour hours and hours into this world, you know, change the format of the series halfway through. But I don't think that would be in the spirit of why I started Anewland. The reason for that is because I started Anewland to sort of pay homage or an ode to how I grew up watching people like Ethos Lab, wanting to be like a Minecraft Let's Play YouTuber, you know. And this series has sort of let me live out that dream somewhat. But the more I've made that kind of content lately, the less I've kind of enjoyed making it, because I've been enjoying putting such a solid amount of time into my 100 Days worlds instead recently. These pockets of definite effort that I can put into them, and also receive immense joy and feedback from the people I make the content for, because the videos do so well. And also, on a realistic note, I never thought this YouTube thing would become even a possibility to see as like a part-time job, let alone anything more than a hobby. But now, you know, I'm on the cusp of being able to see it as a real, you know, a real source of revenue. And I feel like this world doesn't deserve me coming to it just for the sake of finishing that build, you know, for the annual changing of the banner. It deserves my full attention. It deserves me spending all my time on my, you know, individual Minecraft basis on it, because that's what I used to do, and that's why it looks so magnificent, as you'll see in the world tour coming up. But I can't offer it that anymore because of the shift in format that I enjoy making on this channel. And really, don't get me wrong, I'm not doing the 100 days videos because they only, you know, get a lot of views and whatever. I hope I've relayed it, enjoy that style of format. It's shown me so many new versions of Minecraft and so many new ways of playing the game, all with a dedicated amount of effort. Once I decide, okay, I'm going to try this mod, or I'm going to try this version, I can just sink my teeth into that span of time in that version or mod of the game. And it's been so enjoyable. And modern Minecraft is something I want to immerse myself in, not visit for like a couple of hours every year for some made up, you know, time limit that I have. And like the updates and drops and stuff I should be excited for, like I used to, but I actually just feel kind of like more and more disconnected with each update, with the game, because I know less and less about what's going on, and then I want to make a Let's Play video explaining, oh, you know, here's the new update, let me explore this thing, and I can't, because I don't have the time for it, or I can only spend the hours in this world dedicated to that big build, you know, the hours that I can spend in this world, I have to dedicate it to that, and it's just made me associate a kind of sadness with this world instead of an excitement, and a kind of, you know, responsibility with this world instead of an enjoyment. And I don't know, saying all this is really depressing, because this world has been such an integral part of the channel for the last 5 years, and it's gonna feel weird, you know, spanning a whole year without it. But I've had many main worlds over the course of my Minecraft career, and when I say main worlds, I mean like worlds that I've been like, okay, this, I'll, you know, make a world here or there, but like this is the place I'm dedicating my time to. My first main world was on Title Update 13 on the Xbox 360, which was a small sort of hovel kind of world, and my second main world was on the Xbox One edition when that came out, and my with a big like underground labyrinth thing was super cool. Really loved that world. And then eventually I left that behind for my third main world, which was sort of in this like mountain biome, which was kind of at the cusp kind of at the cusp of Bedrock Edition becoming a thing, but was still made on Xbox One Edition. And then this here is my 4th main world. Once I decided to abandon that, you can actually see the saying goodbye video to that world on this channel, just before I started up the Anewland series. And, you know, every couple of years, an era of a main world has to come to an end. And for all the reasons I've mentioned, I think that this world's time has come. And it doesn't come easy, because I hold so many memories with this world that are so integral to this channel, and it's kind of sad for me to leave those memories behind. But for the first time, which makes me so happy, for the first time, all of the memories that I've made here in this world are, you know, more or less recorded and put into a video series. And that's all I ever wanted as a kid, was to be able to record these series with this world that I put tons of effort into, with my friends joining over the course of it, and being able to look back on it at any point. And I have that now in the form of Anewland and its playlist on YouTube, ending with this video. And I'm sorry that part 20 wasn't some big, you know, finale or anything. It was the thinking I was going to start another project. But the more I thought about making a part 21, the more I realized how much I didn't really feel compelled to. And sure, the comfort of sitting down and saying, I've forgotten what I say. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Minecraft Survival with the, blank installment. Sorry. That intro sequence wasn't something I used all the time. It was just, near the end. But that brought me a certain kind of comfort. And the Let's Play style will be missed. Genuinely will be missed. But what I've decided to do is, when I make my next 5th main world, I will allow myself to record segments of it as Let's Plays, but that'll just be like a sort of comfort segment of an overall bigger picture, which is probably that I'll be using the 100-day format or something similar to it, where I can define a pocket of real effort and time for the next main world I have. I don't know when that 5th world will come. It's going to take a while for me to process that this world has come to an end. And of course, I don't know when the next main world is going to come, and there might be a chance that I revisit this world in the form of Let's Plays as well, as my sort of comfort for Let's Play videos. And in that case, I will add it to the playlist as a normal installment, but it won't be my, coherent annual running big build or anything. Those videos and that era of StuartisUnoriginal has, for better or for worse, been put to rest for the time being, or certainly for Anewland, for all the reasons I've mentioned that I hope are understandable to you, to all of you. And I hope the world tour is something you can reminisce over and enjoy, remembering all the different portions of effort that I put into this world and all the people who've joined and collaborated in it. And I'm excited for what the future holds, but right now I'm just going to miss this place a lot. And I want to thank you all for joining this channel over the course of the last 5 years, and appreciating things like this world along with me. And for the time being, if I don't make, a new main world yet, which I probably won't, it's quite a big undertaking, an exciting undertaking, but a big one. When that time comes, I'll be able to really sink my teeth into the new updates and be excited about the new things coming out for Minecraft in these 100-day pockets of effort or whatever it is, or 200-day pockets of effort or whatever it is. And I think more people will see the series that way, and more people will engage with it. And I'm really excited for all of that, and what that, and what that that's going to offer the channel and my experience interacting with all of you. But until then, I'm just going to make the annual change of banner to the most like relevant thing that I did that year, whether that's related to Minecraft or not, you know, a big build from a 100 days video, or the background of maybe a movie scene, if I, you know, made a movie or something, just whatever I felt most proud of that year, basically. This was a lot of information to relay, and it's kind of a big, I don't know, a big deal for me, which is funny because it's a Minecraft world. What can I say? I'm a sentimental guy for the time being. It's with a heavy heart and an excitement for the future that I say we can go off to the world tour of Anewland now to give a kind of, I don't know, goodbye to the world that's very reminiscent of my saying goodbye video to my third main world. Thank you all so much for your time watching this long, mostly unedited segment, and I know that if you did, you must have a deep connection with this world too. So thank you for your time watching over the last 20 installments, and over the last 5 years, and over the last 1,500 days, a little over, in this world. And now let's go see what the product of those 1,500 days were exactly, starting at spawn. So we can get the world tour started, but first I'm going to just, re-equip all this super awesome armor that I worked very hard to get. This is, if you go back to the very first episode of Minecraft Survival, I spawned in somewhere around here, and I think mined some coal or something in this area. Now, of course, it is dominated by the gorgeous Cathedral Zero, and the completely man-made cliffside here. Yeah, I made this thing myself, believe it or not. And I'm still going to be trying to figure out the best way to approach touring this world as I go through it, but I'm going to start with spawn and then work my way from there. This is a little campsite area. Beyond here is just normal plains, and I built a nice drawbridge here. This is Cathedral Zero in all its glory over there. One of the entrances. I didn't build this with any blueprint. I had pretty much no clue what I was doing. I did know I wanted to have these like stained glass windows around the place, and I think that ended up very well, looking very cool. One thing I did use kind of a tutorial for was these guys down here, like how to build a like cool looking statue, and I think those turned out well as well. And then from up here you can see spawn. It's sort of like a vantage point, and down here, I believe that's everything on the surface at spawn. Yeah, you can see we've got some buildings over there that we're going to be exploring shortly, but yeah, I think that's everything for the surface of spawn. But if we go below the surface to the... Oh god. Oh, of course, good. I'm glad I got reminded of that, actually. This is a very special book, which in some sense, spiritual sense, I guess, is the only thing I'll be taking with me from this world, because as soon as I can make a book and quill in a future world, future main world, I will be writing down the exact same thing, because this is a sort of thank you to people over the years who I've seen as like relatively consistent supporters of the channel and of this series. But yeah, mainly of the channel. It includes like Patreons, friends of mine, commenters who I see showing up all the time. You can see their names here. I've added some recently. I added Zombie Bob, Dexter Richardson, Atozi, Void, Media Motives. Oh, these are my main editors as well. And yeah, so I mean, as you can see, it's an ongoing list that was made, you know, around the Cathedral Zero time, and I want to keep this going. Keep going with me into the next world, because I think it's a cute way to honor people. Am I allowed? Thank you. Down here is the priest's quarters. Small little square room for the bit sus over there, but yeah, you get the idea. And then down here we have a little exit to spawn, which is the doorway underneath the cliff. And then we run back around here. We got a little exit to the forest and river by spawn, sort of like a secret entrance of sorts, which I quite like. And then down here we are entering something called the Library of Babel, which even if you've been a recent viewer of this series, you'll probably recognize, because this is the most recent big build I've done, and it seems, you know, to be the last. And I'm very happy with it. I'm super chuffed with how it turned out, and I'm glad that I pushed to complete this area, because this was notoriously an incomplete dome for quite some time. For like maybe 2 or 3 years, this was sort of like carved out but not built into. But this stuff here was built for quite a while. This lower ring, which is a sugarcane farm, automatic sugarcane farm. We've got a minecart running under there, picking up all the sugarcane, dumping it into these chests here, and then we got you know, all the cows and stuff, adding to the infinite library of knowledge. And then over here we have a little entranceway to the mines of Gouveia, which is my first, I want to say like enormous build in this world. Yep, and this is where the rail tracks link up, and this would have been for going around the mines here, which would connect up to these balcony parts, and you can see already that the mines are quite a magnificent build, with a huge excavation that took place. And this was a build I did during lockdown, sort of near the beginning of the series, because, you know, I just had a shit ton of free time on my hands, and I love it. Still one of my favorite builds. It's also an ode to a friend of mine, Andre Gouveia, who I used to play with all the time as a kid, and then he sort of disappeared offline. But then, I won't spoil the video for you too much, but let's just say he came back online at a very convenient time, around the completion of this build, and I got to show it off to him. I was very happy about that. But yeah, as you can see, we've got these enormous custom-made trees, also the not custom-made trees. The point of this is sort of like, it's this grand mine shaft entrance, and these are like the old mine shafts you find in normal Minecraft, sort of left behind here because they're not needed anymore. They're sort of dismantled to make way for this huge system, which has these enormous trees, which sort of serve as my vine harvesting places, and also huge nether portals on either side, like sort of fissures in the walls. And then we also have how I do my regular Y11 strip mining here, in one of the big sort of gaping entrances, of which there are 4 of them. Yeah, 4 of them. Is it 4? Yeah, it's 4. So there are 4 of these big entrances. But they only, I think, 3 are operational, and one of them isn't complete in its operationality. So this one is operational, but not because of this way, but because of this way, the old mines. I don't know why it says at. That is, I mean, you know, I clearly wanted that at the time, so let's go with that. These down here are the old mines. You sort of go through this trap door, and this is Y11 or something. Yeah, Y11. And then down there is obviously the new diamond mining level, which is kind of pointless for this world because Y11 still works with all the diamond generation. But yeah, and then the opposite side here goes to my spider spawner. And the point of this build was, unfortunately, I never got the chance to link this up to the catacombs because I never, finished the catacombs. But the point of this was to have the Mines of Gouveia be a great connector among all my builds. And while it has done that for two of them, it's not a very direct means of connecting them, and kind of a pointless means of, kind of a pointless means of connecting them, if you ask me. So, okay, so you're telling me I can connect to all of the builds I've ever made. That's cool. But you're telling me in order to do that, I have to go all the way underground to like really low underground and then follow a path underground just to go back above ground. Why not just use an elytra, you know? So it was never a very like, oh, what the hell? Cool. It was never a very like pointful, is that a word? Sure. Pointful build, but it was just kind of like the notion of connecting everything I thought was really cool. And I still do. And yeah, it was for the aesthetics, but so what, you know? I think in the future I'll probably not do a build like that, or the one I put the most time into will probably not be a connector to other builds, because I just kind of feel like that would be a waste. This is a cave spider spawner, which I've spent a lot of time walking around with my mending thing, whacking cave spiders over and over. The point is they sort of get pushed up this water system, and then they should get pushed down here if this still works. Who knows? They could have updated it. Yeah, get pushed down here, and then I whack them. Yeah. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, that's, I mean, you know, it's pretty basic. And then usually, not usually, there are hoppers underneath all of these, but most of them are full because I can't be bothered to like clear this out. So I basically have like infinite string and fucking spider eyes, I guess, if I want that. Again, string's not very useful. Should have done this with like skeletons or something, but specifically the reason I did it with this was because if I quickly do this, you'll see that there is a double spawner here, which you can watch episode 4 specifically for seeing, you know.
Like,
how
I
about,
stopped listening for a second and you go, fat gamer in chair. Fat gamer in chair.
how this was made. But yeah, that is kind of... Oh, here's another one. Oh my god. Holy mother of Jesus. Yeah, okay, yeah, see, I really did try to like store as much of it as possible, but it's just getting excessive, I think. Yeah. So that is the spider spawner build. There are a few other things the Mines of Gavea connect to, but while I'm here, I may as well show you the Nether, which is kind of, in my world anyway, is kind of like non-existent build-wise. I just use it as a means to an end to get to, you know, locations quicker, to find bastions or explore the new Nether update or whatever it is. I have had a hellish time in the Nether, honestly. God willing, I've had an absolutely atrocious time in this part of the world, which, oh fuck, okay, yeah, just one final fuck you from this Nether. I hate this place so much. Oh, I didn't mean to use my rockets. So yeah, as you can see, I'm not very fond of the Nether, although I did have kind of a plan for like a big Nether build, which would be is kind of like the Mines of Gavea, but if it was useful, like actually, oh, I need to span far distances, let me get a Nether ice boat highway going. Like that should be the convenience to span far distances. So I love the Mines of Gavea, but if I was going to put the most of my effort into a build, pretty crazy that I chose that one, which is basically like, let me connect all the future builds, I guess. Let me provide a connection for all the future builds I do in this world. Interesting thought process, young Stuart. But in the future, I will be focusing on keeping a sort of like tight-knitted, interconnected main world with lots of details, and then expanding to bigger builds as the series continues, as opposed to what I did, which was just jumping around far distances, building these big cool things, and then not really having, you know, a reason for them to be connected. And I guess the Mines of Gavea was me trying to fix that. This obviously is used to get back to the train tracks we arrived in on to get to the Library of Babel. This is a direct path, which I built to connect to my windmill build, which I've also had a lot of fun memories building in this.
Oh, fuck up.
How? Building in this area. This is just a normal cave system. I thought it'd be cute for the sign to say, like, you know, to the Mines of Gavea. You can go down here. If anyone finds themselves in that cave system by accident. Yeah, so this goes up to a windmill build, which I will say I did use a tutorial to build the windmill because I don't know. Oh, fuck. Okay. Phew. Feather falling, hell yeah. I just didn't feel like making an ugly windmill in the sort of middle of my spawn or like my main base area, which is what it would have been if I had done it without a tutorial. The interior is entirely my design, but the exterior I just wanted to make sure it looked good, which I haven't done before or after. Kind of defeats the point, I think. Now, at least, I'm realizing. So yeah, this is the windmill. I don't know if I don't think there's a place to sleep here, but it's worth checking. We are, of course, on the inside now. And at the top here we have a big map of my overworld, and this huge green section is the big wheat farm that the windmill is in the center of. We are right there. Spawn is down here. We've just traveled around underground, sort of gone to underneath my base over there. This is a friend of mine, Josh's base, and then around this ring we have a few bases, which in good bedrock tradition, because people can join your world so easily on Bedrock, I allowed people to come in, build their own bases, participate in the world, which I thought was a fun idea, and is the reason I'll probably be making my next main world, my forever world, on a Bedrock edition world again, just because I love this aspect of Minecraft, interacting with everyone on such an easy level, which Java unfortunately just does not have. And more things are coming to Bedrock, which make me excited for the future of it, which is inbuilt shaders are here, and we've got the replay mod is on Bedrock now, which is a huge plus for me as well, because I love using the replay mod. Probably should have used it for this world tour video, but I was more focused on providing like cinematic shots for this video, which, by the way, check out this beautiful sunrise coming up above the windmill here. So this is the wheat farm windmill, and yeah, most of it was done off of camera, actually. This like big land of wheat, but it does have like a pond here and there, and a rose hidden amongst it to just pay homage to my channel, obviously. And then over here is what was a place that kept villagers and horses in these in this. That's why the workplace bench things are there, but they didn't really last. I don't know why. I didn't do anything. They just left. I worked really hard to get them here, actually. We do have a skeleton horse here still, for some reason. Yeah, and before I explore all the friends' bases, I think it's about time we get onto the main base, which is the first thing I built in this world. If I climb this mountain here, which I had to terraform a bit to allow this staircase to work, we have the main base, which is a little cabin on a hill. I always have this habit of building this kind of cabin as my first base with the wood and the cobblestone, because it's always the easiest things to collect early on. Down there, as you'll see later, are the Towers of Adama. But like I was talking about earlier, is just this like desolate, sorry Michael, excluding Michael's like little base area there, this desolate like nothingness in between me and the towers, and I don't know, my world feels very stretched thin, and I've been getting more and more tired of that. But this is a place I'm very familiar with, done a lot of videos here, and this is my storage system from which you can see Cathedral Zero, of course. This is Sonyu, my parrot. This is Freddy the Second. This is Hex. I don't know who you are, honestly, Hex, whatever. Sonyu and Freddy the Second are big names. Sonyu is a parrot I got in one episode where me and Ethan went to the jungle to explore the new updates that the jungle had, and I brought my parrot back. He tried to bring his parrot back through the nether, it did not work. He lost his parrot. Freddy the Second is a reincarnation of my legendary horse, Freddy, my first main horse, who died during a raid in the village, the only populated village I've been able to find on this world. And this Iron Golem is a sort of homage to him. This is homage to Freddy, sort of Freddy's armor over there, the one he wore during the raid. Rest in peace. This is my little enchantment room, and this actually goes down to the Mines of Gavea. I don't want to do it right now because there's no way to get up. The vines haven't grown, but yeah, that drops in one of the trees, and then you sort of fall down through the vines. And then this is my nether portal room, or at least, the chilled one before the Mines of Gavea was made. And then this pathway, as you saw earlier, goes down to spawn of the dilapidated bridge. That's it for the... Oh, no, there is this part here. If you walk down this staircase, you go sort of into the underneath of the main base, and what it used to be was a connection down to Y11 to do mining. However, I decided I wanted to have a room underneath my base which connected to an entrance that I built over there underneath this mountain. And now this is, instead of going down to Y11, goes down to this room that I made, which is just a little carrot and glowberry farm. Which I think is very cute. Why is there ice? Did someone come in here with Frostwalker? I think someone might have come in here with Frostwalker. That's irritating. Anyway, and we got things here to stop the glowberries from growing. Which, yeah, I think this place looks particularly beautiful. And this is the entrance I was talking about below my base. Over here is a pathway to Megan's base. Legendary. Legendary base over here. Over here. Yeah, I don't even know. Where does this go? What the fuck? Okay, this is news to me. Haven't seen this before. Well, wow, cavers be like, oh my god, I'm gonna squeeze through to see more rock. Oh my god, I can't wait. And then if we leave that behind and we go over to the village, which the reason I'm saying it's the only populated village I found in this world is I'm like serious. Like for some reason, this world from the get-go has felt very like, I don't know, lonely, abandoned, despite the amount of people I get to come in here to build with me. I found a village over there, abandoned, a village over there, that one, you can see over there, abandoned. Every village I've run into is abandoned except for this one near the Towers of Adama. But you know what? Seeing as the village was so integral to the Towers of Adama, I'll only go over there when I need to go over to the towers. And right now I actually need to check if I have. I don't. Okay, maybe someone will have some spare gunpowder they're willing to offer me on this final day, or 2 days, however much I have left. I have a naturally spawning witch hut here. I was going to do something with this sort of valley, but again, just not that excited by it because of the distance between everything, and all the reasons I've mentioned before, but I didn't end up doing anything with this valley. Going back to the wheat farm windmill area, we can go over to Finn's house here. And I feel bad for not exploring Josh's house, so we'll take a loop back there as well. This is an interesting base with a lot of funny history, but during my 10-year anniversary on YouTube, me and Finn filmed our interview here in Minecraft, sort of me there, him there, which was kind of cute. I enjoyed that. And then he was also working on an underground build, which he called Ted Bundy's sunroom. I have no idea why. Man's hard to understand, that guy. I gotta be honest. Never really understood him. And then we walk through here, and you can find, this pool of water is still here, which used to there was a glitch with Bedrock, which would just spam spawn drowns for some reason, and they would just gargling and spluttering and constantly just making a fucking nuisance. And this over here is Josh's base. And I know usually for a world tour, it's supposed to be displaying all the things you've done in the world, but I like the community-based nature of this world. This is his stuff. It's a base he built, but I sort of renovated the inside of it. All this nether wart wasn't here, nor the bed. Maybe the bed was here, but not the nether wart. And then I made this into a sort of brewing area. So Josh's house kind of became the brewing house. And then just for a direct access to the nether, I have this cool little nether portal, subtle nether portal room there, which I think works well. And then, of course, I've brewed many a potion in here. It's got a sort of back area with some spruce trees. And oh, over here is my music farming area, which I know very... not very official, not very complex. It's pretty much the most rudimentary way you can do a music farming station. Leading down here from the path, there's that hidden rose I was talking about, paying homage. Leading down here from the wheat farm windmill, we have a little lily pad path to Max's house, my good friend Max's house, who briefly played on this world, as you can tell. Yeah, emphasis on briefly. But I think the exterior is actually really nice. He has a good style for exteriors, making this sort of wonky but put together architecture style, which I think works very well. And then we can take a walk through the wheat farm windmill, just to enjoy the beauty of it. And then we have stacks and stacks of wheat from all the farming we did in this place. I don't know why I say we, but I'm just saying we as in like the series. I didn't get like workers or people in the world to do it for me. That'd be sus. This is Philip's fishing hut here, which has sort of like 2 stories. Yeah, we got the furnace over here. I am looking for gunpowder as well. Gotta remember, gotta check people's gunpowder. He's got a nice rose there, and I believe he used to fish from here, which is technically, you know, allowed. It's just a funny choice to fish so far from the water. And then across the way here we have Ethan's base, which is, I would say, probably the most built up base of any of my friends who have joined this world, and I love it. These mangrove trees are custom, or you know, not naturally spawning, of course, because this world was made in 1.15. And then we have all this beautiful detail. That's Eddie Murphy, nice. All this beautiful detail surrounding his big tower base, which, yes. I was gonna say usually has some spare elements to it, and it does. Thanks, Ethan. Oh yes, he did the architecture. Oh my god, he did the architecture update thing. He got these bases, or maybe he made them. This is very cool. The only evidence of that in this world, that update fucking exists, because again, I didn't really feel like I had time to explore new updates, which is going to be something that changes, and also something that hopefully allows me to interact with not just the fan base more on a more direct level, you know, with each new update, but also on the like I might get people in with me like Ethan to explore the new updates and sort of chat about the additions that have been made and how we feel about them. Yeah, exciting prospects. This is sort of, I guess, a mini desert thing he made. A little furnacery over here, which I think is cute. And then he has a little farm out here with some jack-o'-lanterns and, of course, a cherry blossom tree. He clearly, you know, put a lot of... Nice job, zombie. He clearly put a lot of effort into making sure that, like, each new update had some sort of utilization in his world, in his base, which is something that I definitely want to incorporate in the future of this, of me playing Minecraft. Moving over on to Michael's base, which he sort of like took over the swamp here and built these big spiky rocks. Also has a lot of funny history, but here is the main part of his base, which I like. Uses these blue flowers that are Faramazulas or something, and yeah, there's, you know, pretty much a storage base kind of. He's got a farm set up over there, sugarcane farm as well, and this is Oyama, my horse who replaced Freddy once he died, but he was, I don't know, he was just like, he never died, and he always got into these horrible situations and put me in these horrible situations. I named him Oyama, which is the devil in Japanese, apparently. You know, I actually have no evidence for that except for the fact that I googled that like a couple of years ago, which is funny to be evidence. But anyway, moving on, before we go to the towers, I'm going to go show you that village I mentioned a little while back, the only populated village, which is also where I did my raid that Freddy died in. I haven't built the village up. If anything, I've kind of torn it down, but isn't that the nature of this of this game and villages? Yeah, so we've got a mending villager over there. We've got a I don't know, some other villager over here. I think it was just testing. And then when I needed all the quartz for the towers, I decided to use villagers for the quartz, because mining for the quartz was giving me literally, like, I was having fucking aneurysms, continual aneurysms, trying to get the quartz in the nether and dying and then losing my shit, having to copy the world, go, you know, like, I don't know. You want to see all that, please watch the Towers of Adama video. One of my favorites of the series, if not my favorite. And then these guys all sell, of course, block of quartz or block of quartz pillar. Yeah. So yeah, they are very happy here. There's nothing morally grey about that. And flying over to the build they helped work so hard to make a reality. This is the Towers of Adama, which has a cool behind area that I worked very hard on, so I'm gonna leave that to discovery in a moment. But if you fly in God, I forget how hard it is to fly in. You know what? I'll start over here. I'll start over here at the base of the mountain, because someone's base, no pun intended, I guess, is over here, which is Death Shark, who is actually, funnily enough, the creator of or Oscar is also his name, is the creator of my Discord server, back when it was created a long time ago, like 2020, I think, which you can join in the description below. He made and then transferred ownership to me, because I didn't really know how to make Discord servers or do anything like that, and he thought it'd be a cool idea for me to have like a community center, and it was a cool idea, and it's been so fruitful, and I've been very grateful that he did that for me. And that's his base down there. Now this was going to be sort of like I was going to try and put grass all over this cliffside because it looked a bit gray, but then I realized the grass kind of looks a bit gray in this biome anyway, so oh my god, it's the new chickens. It's the new chickens. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wow. That is so weird. I feel like I'm in a Minecraft mod. What the fuck? This is what I'm talking about. I barely even knew there were new chickens. And then over here we have like sort of petals from the cherry blossom tree that's in the top of the towers. And the reason I'm walking around and not going straight up to the top is because there is a way you can get up to the top with a little less flying. And then down here is the last thing, I guess, that I built in this world, which I needed. Ooh, please don't hit something. Thank you. Which I needed. I need rockets to get out of. So that's why I have those. Well, I guess I could walk, but I don't really want to. This was going to be the Catacombs of Carthus, but right now it's just a place. Or not Catacombs of Carthus, the Misty Catacombs. Catacombs of Carthus was some inspiration from Dark Souls, but right now it's just a place with a little bridge and a mining thing set up here, machine-looking pulley system thing set up here to mine some amethyst geode over there, which is from the last episode of Minecraft Survival, and was going to be the next big build. But honestly, I just didn't have the stamina for this. I did not want to terraform this whole place into a build like that, and that came with all the reasons I've mentioned over the course of this video, but also just with I guess the expectation that's what I wanted to do with this area for so long, that I was kind of forcing myself to think it was an idea I actually wanted to do when it wasn't. So I'm going to focus on the small connected stuff in the next main world, where whenever that comes. I'm really not saying that it's happening super soon, definitely not actually, probably, but yeah, I just want it to be noted that it's very likely that I will have another main world, and will try to attempt to make it my forever world, or at least that's how I'll advertise it as such, because that would be the idea. And then, yeah, the towers sort of go through this mountain in a really cool way, which I'm a huge fan of. This is a lighthouse Ethan built. Again, another Ethan W. No bed in here, but it's very cool. Which was here before the towers. This is behind the towers area with a sort of, a little pond here that I terraformed the shit out of. Made it look very cute, I think. Then we have, the reason this boat and chest is here in the first place is because Matthew jumped. Oh fuck! I totally forgot to explore Matthew's house. Let me take a detour real quick. Matthew jumped off of the towers, the towers of Adama, and thought he could make the water, and he did not make the water in the slightest.
Oh, there's a fuckload of creepers by us. What are you doing? Come stand next to me. Yeah. So he was at the top part of that, and he jumped all the way.
And so we had to put all his stuff in a chest to wait for him to get back. And he did get them, but that chest in a boat is there just as a memory of where we put his stuff. This is Matthew's house. The reason I kind of forgot about it is embedded in the trees here, and it's a little well, let's just say it's not what I would go directly to showcase this world. But you know, nonetheless, this is how I like it. You know, people joining my world and putting their stuff in it. I'm a big fan of that. And over there we also have you can see a floating tree block over there, which is actually, I forgot a part of Ethan's base, which I will explore now. is actually has a story behind it, which is just that I used to do my spruce tree farming over there in that area, and once spruce trees started making podzol underneath, spawning in podzol underneath, I moved my spruce tree farming to somewhere else, but that tree block for some reason just never went away. And every now and again when I fly past this area, I tried my best to like land on it, to like, you know, spin around in a way that would allow me to land on it, and only once in a while do I get it. Underneath here, sorry Ethan, almost forgot this legendary part of your base, is a little view we can take into the ravine there, and underwater here as well. And he's got his parrot's knife and fork. I don't really get it. Going back to the towers, well, gonna be hard now because I don't have gunpowder. I used it to shout out Matthew. Shout out for Matthew for having such a forgettable base that I forgot to explore. Actually, as nighttime is approaching, maybe I can show you my my age-old trick for when I need when I'm in dire need of gunpowder, which I will be for getting up to the towers there. Let me tell you. It's going to this big open plain area, and spam whacking creepers. I know, I'm a fascinating fella. Got all these crazy means of getting the things I need. But you know, let me do this one last time, as I think this might be one of the last, definitely one of the last sunsets I'll see in this world, but might be the last. Whoa. What the hell? I didn't know the sun shrank like that. That is crazy. Huh. The more you know. Okay, now we wait. Okay, we've got skeletons and zombies. No creepers yet, though. This is also kind of a useful tool for recharging the mending. Oh, fuck! Oh, fuck! Okay. My scroll wheel's been having some trouble lately. Alright. And it accidentally scrolls backwards sometimes. So that's not usually how it goes. Fun trick, if you're actually in Elytra mode, it counts as a critical hit. So you can just fly into them and hit them, and you one-shot them. Not like that, obviously. I think that's enough for my purposes. Oh god. Nice. Okay, now I'm gonna take refuge in the brewing house. I should check the brewing house actually, now that I think about it, for gunpowder. Oh no. Okay. Well, let's see how many things we can make here. Okay, not that many. Will you shut up? Okay. Now that we are finally back on track, let's head over to the mines of Gveir. I mean, yeah. You know what I mean. Yeah, and the mines of Gveir at some point would have connected down to the catacombs if that ever became a thing. That was sort of the vision I had, but again, I don't know, it just kept striking me as more and more of a pointless endeavor. You can see some snow on top of the lighthouse here. And then behind the Towers of Udama, which might be my favorite or second favorite build, compared with the Mines of Gveir in this world. This is a completely terraformed lake over here, which I'm very, very proud of. This lake and this little cliffside area as well, mangrove tree. There was a lot of community interaction with figuring out what the best take was for this part of the build. And then that way, down that way is the village. And if we go up here, we get to a little drawbridge or hanging or suspension bridge over onto this side next to the towers, which don't really have a very convenient way in. But I guess that's kind of the point, you know. You want it to feel like, oh, imposing and kind of magical. Like, how on earth do I get in here? But then if you fly around, where is it? I lost it. Okay. If you fly around, turn around, go back down. Yeah. If you fly, okay, check this out. I got this. I'm gonna ace this. Nice. If you fly around through into this thing, you get. The plan is also to have these sort of, I guess, sewer drain type things looking down all the way down on the catacombs or something similar. Again, insane plan. But yeah, still would have been cool. I think I just locked myself out, but that's fine. This is a little cute little area here. Towers of Adama is also, I think, this should be Fred. Yeah, that's Fred. Yeah, that is thanks to Adam, who is what this build is named after, because he, as you can see, this is what the inside of one of these looks like when I actually bothered to build the staircase. He was a big inspiration for this build, as someone who I grew up building in Minecraft with. Perhaps the first team of builders that ever took me on or took me seriously, and I learned a lot from them. And this whole build is sort of a homage to that group. Adam being the only one that I'm still in contact with. And the video I made on this, the Towers of Adama video I made on this, is really, really beautiful, and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. But enough blabbering. We are now approaching the final destination of this world tour, which is the cherry blossom tree at the top of the biggest tower of Adama, which has these beautiful falling leaves. Yeah, and if I expand my render distance here, you can see quite a way. I'm gonna go sort of 40 chunks. Does that get me to see? Yes, Cathedral 0. You can it now spans all the way from Cathedral 0 to up here, and you can see how much sort of desolate wasteland it is in between these builds. And while I've taken a lot, taking the opportunity to criticize myself for the way I've approached building in this world, I've had so much fun in it, and it's been such a staple of my channel. And I don't know, I wouldn't have done it any other way if I got a second chance. But a new world, a different world, is a different story. It's not. I'm not going to be repeating the same thing. I'm going to be trying new stuff, and I'm looking forward to that. But for now, I'm just going to process the kind of heaviness of leaving Anewland behind after 5 very long years. And down here we have another one of these maps, because the Towers of Adama wasn't reached in the windmill map, and a chests system which was going to be storing amethysts from the geodes below, was the idea. But that is it. That is the last the last bit of exploring I have for this world. I'm gonna drift over down to the main base to log off there. I want to thank everyone who's been a part of this series over the years, whether that's been in the world itself, been supporting it, been interested in watching it. One time a fan actually recreated my spawn area in their spawn area, like the spawn build and design and stuff, and that made me feel very I don't know, like fucking Stampy Longnose or something. And this world has, I don't know, the way everyone's interacted with it has made me feel very special. And at the end of this journey, I want to thank all of you so much for your support in it, and I hope you'll continue to apply that support to all the future endeavors we undertake together. And yeah, I just want to say one last big thank you. And without sounding too bittersweet about this line, have a good one, and I'll see you around.